So we're going to have a look at what a price is. I get asked the question a lot. I'm sure you perhaps ask yourself the question a lot about what price should I charge for a service. I think it's difficult to do, particularly as a practitioner, because you come at it from one side of the price. A price is something that sits between two people usually who are exchanging a value of service for a monetary value. And the price is kind of how we calibrate that, how we put a measure on it. So how do you achieve something that's realistic for you, your business, and for the person who wants to use your service as well? So we need to be objective, and we need to have a look from the outside, have a look at both perspectives, look at both sides of that price, which can be difficult to do because quite often when we either set up a practice or review our fees, we're only really looking at it from one side, which is our side as the practitioner. So it's worth having a think about what the kind of drivers are behind our conversation we have with ourselves about how we're going to arrive at this price. And the kind of things we'll think to ourselves are, how long is it going to take me to do this service? What the cost of my overhead's going to be? What the cost of my consumables going to be? What are other people in the area charging? What will my patients think of the price? If I charge less, will I get more work? If I charge more, will I get less work? And these are all common things that we think about when we're deciding a price. And quite rightly, we need to think about each of these things when we decide how much we're going to charge for a particular service or product that we offer. What I'd invite you to do, though, is to spend a little bit of time coming around the other side of that price. Because, like I said before, there's two sides to this price. You've got you looking at a price that you project out to the world, and then you've got your patient, potential customer, looking from the other side of their price. They're looking for value. They're looking for a problem fixing. They're looking for a product that they want, or they're looking for an experience that they want. So they're looking at how much value they're going to get, and they won't necessarily be looking at just the price. The price is part of it. What they're trying to understand is how much value they're going to get, and is it outweighed by what that costs them. And we all know that cheapest isn't best. We know that BMW don't worry too much about what more budget brands are charging for their cars because they're offering something different. You can buy a brand new car, say, for £10,000 from one brand, but if you want a BMW, it's probably starting at about £20,000. But they don't concern themselves too much about that price differential. They worry much more about delivering value. So it's understanding how much value the patient is going to get from your product or service. So if we think about the drivers for that, quite often it's pain, or convenience, or security, familiarity. And these things can have massive value to a patient. We need to think about that when we're deciding upon the price. Patient isn't necessarily going to go and choose someone else just because they're £1 cheaper than you or £5 cheaper than you. They will choose based upon what value they're going to get. How easy are you to get to? Are you open at the right time? Do they already know you? Have they had a recommendation? We can become very fixated on our price, but our patients or potential patients are very fixated on what value they're going to get from us. The other thing to think about with price is just how much more it means to us than it means to our patients in terms of how much more it guides our lives and guides our business. Because you will see your prices 12 to 15 times a day, perhaps whenever you're seeing a patient. Your patient may only see your price once, they may see it a few times a year, they may see it every 8 weeks, but they will see it nowhere near as much as you do. And ask your patients, can you remember what you paid last time? You'll be surprised how many can't remember. Ask yourself, what did you pay for the last time you went for the barbers or a hairdresser's? How much did you pay for it? Can you remember exactly? Do you notice if it goes up £1? Would you go somewhere else if you found somewhere that was £1 cheaper? Would you take the risk of finding somewhere different? So these are all things that are really worth considering when you're kind of evaluating what your price should be. Looking at the price from different perspectives can put you in a much more objective viewpoint once you've had a look at these different perspectives. And then, of course, it's really important to have a look at what this price means to your business. Does it mean that your business is going to be profitable? Does it mean that you're going to be motivated to work in your business and to deliver a great service? Because that's only going to add to the value for the patients who come and see you.